Maria here. Welcome to my channel. Today I'm starting a series on starting over. So if my whole collection just disappeared like that, these would be the current top ones that I would add to my collection right away. I'm going to do this as a series. I'm going to do a niche version, a designer version, and then an affordable version. So I'm going to start with the niche one. But before I get started, if you haven't subscribed, just go ahead and hit that button. Join the Weird and Wonderful family. It would be amazing to have you part of the community. And without further ado, let's get into this. So when I'm talking about these niche fragrances, there's three I think that I currently own, but all I have smelled and worn. And so if I had like an unlimited budget and was just going to boom, add 10 to my collection, because for some reason all of my fragrances disappeared. Thank goodness that's not a reality. These would be the ones that I would choose. Number one is AMOUAGE Sunshine. I just find this to be such a relaxing, appealing fragrance. I think it smells luxe. It's so different with the almond osmanthus white tobacco flower combination. Smells a little bit humid. There's a lot of almond in this as well. Definitely get that almond. There's a sweetness to this, but it's not overly sweet. There's just a rich, luxurious, relaxing feel to this fragrance. I just love, love, love wearing this one. The longevity is amazing, and I love the fact that it morphs. So when I first put it on, I get a little bit more of that black currant. As it dries down, the white tobacco comes out, and then eventually the almond really is a lot more present. So I just find this one really enjoyable, really grounding, really relaxing. Great for kind of everyday, but it does smell quite opulent. So this would have to be in my collection. Next one is a new love. And as far as this particular genre of fragrances, this beat out Lyra, and it is SORA DORA's BROCELIANDE. This is a scrumptious, creamy lime rum drink to me. Somehow it smells like if you were to take lime and kind of a key lime pie, so kind of like almost the pie filling of a key lime pie, and blend it with some rum, and then you either suck it back through a straw or eat it. I don't know what, but it just smells so delicious, so decadent. Again, it feels kind of relaxing, but you could definitely wear this all year round. My son wears it literally every day. Like every day he sprays. He only does like 2 spritzes, which is good because he's going to school. But he absolutely loves this fragrance, and so do I. It's gorgeous. It again has that opulent kind of vibe, but it's a little bit fun with that rum and that lime in there. I love the kind of sweet, boozy yet somehow creamy vibe that this has. There's some cinnamon and some caramel in here as well. So it smells mouth-watering, and it reminds me, or is in kind of that same genre as Lyra. Love Lyra, and you could own both and it wouldn't be like you're replicating, but I love this one even more. Maybe it's because it's new, but I'm seriously like head over heels in love with this one. So it would be one of my first purchases for sure. Another fragrance that I would definitely be purchasing first is UNTAMED Perfumes Blackbird. Now this would be my very rich, fancy fragrance. It's more of a winter fragrance. Those other two, they could be worn all year round. This one feels a lot more winter. It's like a spicy rose with some woodiness in it. It's very, very decadent and rich feeling. I love the spicy quality in here. There's some sweetness in this one. It's in the same kind of genre as an Oud Bouquet. It reminds me a lot of Santal Royale by Guerlain, but I like this one better. This one has a bit more sweetness in it. Little bit of jamminess with that rose. Plus this is by Sunyata, and I love her. Definitely would want this replaced ASAP. If I lost all my fragrances, the next fragrance that I would be adding to my collection is the Armani Privé Rouge Malachite. Now this smells like a bougied up version of Alien by Mugler. Maybe they smell really similar. Actually, Rouge Malachite actually also smells similar to The Only One Intense. There's something about them that is similar, but I just really enjoy this more. So this one Definitely the star of the show is the tuberose. It's really relaxing feeling to me, but it's really sensual and sexy at the same time. Why am I doing this so much today? Anyway, I really, really enjoy this fragrance. I just think it lasts long on the skin, projects beautifully. This fragrance makes me think of if I were to go to Milan and I was wearing kind of a cream colored pair of dress pants with a simple blouse, belt, really nice bag, high heels, hair done up. I want to smell really alluring, but I still want to smell somehow classy and put together. Rouge Malachite. It's just good. The next fragrance that I would be adding to my collection would be KAJAL's LAMAR. When I first smelled it, I'm like, it's okay. What was I thinking? It's amazing. So the star of the show is definitely this delicious pineapple, slightly cooked pineapple. So it's juicy, it's sweet, it's decadent, but it doesn't smell like fresh, zingy pineapple. So this is a fragrance that you could wear fall, winter, spring. It may be a little bit too much in the summer, but it's got this beautiful fruity vibe paired with this luxurious rose, cedar, amber combination. It just smells like all of these. These smell expensive. I want to smell expensive. Like at the end of the day, I want to smell expensive. So this fragrance to me is so expensive, but there's a little bit of whimsy to it because of the pineapple. It's got pineapple, it's got red berries, green apple, cardamom, and coriander. Maybe it's the cardamom and the coriander that I get that smells a little bit like there's a bit of spiciness or depth that comes from that in some of the woods. There's rose, jasmine, sambac, and magnolia. I get primarily that rose, and the base has musk, vanilla, amber, cashmere wood, cedar, and moss. So it would smell like your typical kind of rose wood combination if it weren't for that amazing pineapple apple combination that just smells juicy, delicious, slightly cooked but not fully cooked, if that makes sense. Anyway, it's just beautiful, and it's also happy and vibrant, so I just think it would be a beautiful addition. Next, I want to talk about the two Parfums de Marly fragrances that I would add to my collection immediately if I lost everything, and the first one would be Meliora. I know I'm on a kick lately, but I just really love it. It smells sweet. There's some greenness, a little bit of wateriness. It smells slightly, ever so slightly aquatic. There's a juiciness in here, but it's not over juicy. There's a beautiful greenness in this, almost, I don't know, it just smells very calming again and sophisticated and light and perfect for spring and summer. I just think that this is such an elegant fragrance. Elegant, yet would work so well for everyday occasions. So Meliora, definitely top tier for me. The other Parfums de Marly that I get right off the bat is DELINA EXCLUSIF. As much as I love the original DELINA, my heart now belongs to DELINA EXCLUSIF. I just really love that powdery, slightly smoky, sultry feel that I get in this one. I love DELINA as well, but if I were going to be getting 10 right off the bat, I'd go for the Exclusive and wear some of these other ones during the day and save this one for one of the evening fragrances. I just think it's very sensual, a little bit mysterious, very feminine. And I don't know, I'm just really digging that powdery quality, which is kind of a shock to me because I was never really a powdery fan. But seriously, out of my two samples, this is the one that I kind of gravitate towards. Love DELINA, but DELINA EXCLUSIF would be the first one I'd get out of the DELINAs for sure. Another fragrance that I would definitely want for daytime wear is Pas Ce Soir by BDK. I love this fragrance. So there's such a bright, juicy quality to this fragrance that I find extremely energizing. It's very feminine, it's jubilant and celebratory. Pas Ce Soir, it has ginger, mandarin, and black pepper in the opening. I get more that ginger and that orange, like the juiciness of the orange really comes out. It's not really spicy ginger. It just adds a little bit of a kick and a brightness to the fragrance. The star of the show that I think is making it super fruity is the quince that's in the heart. And then it has jasmine and orange blossom. I don't really notice one or the other. It's just got that white floral component that's just really beautiful, very feminine, luxurious, classy. And then the base has cashmeran, amberwood, and patchouli. I don't really get any of that. I get mainly that delicious quince with the orange and then the white flowers, but it's just such a beautifully blended fragrance that's happy, juicy, sweet, but classy at the same time. So definitely would want that in my collection. And the last fragrance also is by BDK, and it is Rouge Smoking. Now, Rouge Smoking has cherry in it. I find that cherry, it's there, but it feels more like a cherry tobacco. So I don't notice cherry per se. Comes across a little bit like a cherry tobacco to me. There's pink pepper, there's bergamot, there's vanilla, there's tonka bean, there's all sorts of florals in there. But what it comes across to me is just kind of a really sexy, slightly smoky, tobacco-y type fragrance, even though there's no tobacco that's listed. It's just really sexy, and I think is a great kind of date night fragrance that's a little bit more sophisticated. I find it really smooth and just have always really enjoyed whenever I've tried it. The last fragrance that I would definitely want to get is Gentle Fluidity Gold. I just find it, again, uber classy and sophisticated. First of all, I really enjoyed juniper. So I like the smell of juniper. I like the way the juniper plant looks. So although it has kind of some woody notes in it, I just find that it's kind of spicy yet sweet, but very, it's understated. So it's understated elegance. I get that sweetness, but it's paired beautifully with kind of that nutmeg coriander feel. The juniper, although juniper can feel a little bit balsamic in nature to me anyway, it's just creates a nice depth to me. So it doesn't come across overly woody to me. It comes across as a little bit of a balsamic vanilla, which I just think is very luxurious and very beautiful. It's a fragrance that you can wear from day to night. I think it's understated, so it feels opulent, but it's somehow understated. It's not a boisterous, fruity anything. It's just a beautiful, kind of lovely aroma. I can't remember, but it seems to me that I didn't find that it projected majorly. So it's just one of those fragrances that's really understated and I need to have it. And that is it. Those are the top 10 niche fragrances that I would choose if I was starting all over. What about you? What would you choose for your top 10 fragrances? If budget wasn't an issue and you lost your whole collection and had to start all over again, what would be your top niche picks? Please leave it in the comments. And other than that, I hope you have an amazing week. We'll talk to you soon.